1, 2, 3, 4 years completed, but time just will not stop. In terms of quests released per year, this one sits at the top. 23 full years of questing, Caves of Bank must stay alive. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2005. Welcome back to November 14th, 2005. 74 agility. That is Shiloh Village Stone Shortcut and Shiloh Village North Wall Shortcut. I don't think either of these exist yet over in Shiloh Village. That's alright. Continuing to work on agility here. More levels. Working out nicely. Should be lining up just where I want it for when we get to the next thing we want to do. But to get to those next things, we need to continue moving on here. On November 22nd, 2005, a few small things. The Barrows activity now spawns the 6th and final Barrows brother at the chest, if it hasn't already spawned during your running through the crypts. Previously, you would have to go back through the doors over and over again, hoping to spawn the last one, even if you made it all the way to the end. So, just kind of streamlines it a little bit better. Although there are still plenty of times where you might want to spawn the brother in the tunnels instead, for better safe spotting opportunities. Still possible, but not if you don't want to worry about that. You can just get on with it. And back to agility. Agility potions now allow you to go over higher level obstacles and shortcuts. Previously, with the new shortcuts, they only based on your base agility level. So now agility potions are a bit more useful, which is pretty cool. Not too many potions we make. It's a bit of a problem getting all that together. That's alright. I'm gonna heal up here a little bit. Don't need to be damaged. Not that we really need too much food here for the next quest. Next up is Making History. Requires Restless Ghost, ability to enter Mauritania, which means Priest in Peril still. Required items: a spade, Ecto tokens, but not really because we've completed Ghost Ahoy. Generally just having access to Port Phasmatis. Lots of different ways to get in there. We can just go in for free. We need an unenchanted Strong Sapphire Amulet, which we will be able to make easily enough, and an Amulet of Ghost Speak. Again, with many other options if you're further ahead here. So, we should be able to get all that easily enough. I'm gonna go mine a sapphire, mine some gold, get a ball of wool, get a spade, and eventually we're gonna want the ectophile. We can get that when we head over to Port Phasmatis. Technically, we could get away with not needing to worry about that if we just went there one time. But we're going to want to return. And running all the way to Port Phasmatis is quite the process. But of course, we also need the Amulet of Ghost Speak. Overall, should be good. There's a few other teleports that would be nice to have, but we don't have them. At least not conveniently. Like a Ring of Dueling, a Liar, stuff like that. But we can make do with what we got here. Go collect all the stuff and make our way to the quest start point. Because it is a bit out of the way. That's for sure. The quest starts northwest of Ardoin. But not just northwest of Ardoin. Northwest of West Ardoin. very, very west. Very out of the way. We need to run all the way here, past the training camp, running past the apple orchard, past the entrance to the gnome stronghold, but not quite all the way to the entrance to Arandar. Just a little building right here in the forest with Jorl chilling. Hi there. There's a guy out here way, way out of the way. All is lost. Sorry. Just look around you. This great building will soon be in ruin. Great building? Of course. This building has a history spanning generations. Ah, I see. A great history. But why will it be in ruin? It's to be ripped apart to make way for King Lathas's new alchemist's lab. Does the king not respect the outpost's great history? Well, actually nobody knows what this history is, but there must be something. Wait a minute, you could help me. Me? Yes. Uncover the history of this building to convince the King Lathas to leave it alone. Do you want to know more? Tell me more. That's what I like to hear. Cutscenes. Always a good time. With many occupants over the years. Eventually you should have roofs here. That's fine. We're inside. That's the problem. The building has seen much action. Presumably. It started life as an outpost. Makes a lot of sense. It's definitely way out of the way here. Be a good outpost. Its sole purpose? To see incoming armies. Yes, that is what an outpost would do. Zooming in over it. Before they saw the city of Ardoin. There's some hobgoblins. It's probably not what they're actually talking about. I mean, there's goblin armies. You can have hobgoblin armies. It's probably fine. If all goes well, I hope to be able to turn it into a museum as a monument to the area's history. What do you think? Accept quest. Okay, I will make a stand for history. Oh, thank you so much. You really are my savior. But where should I start? What do I need to do now? There are 3 people that may be able to help. A trader in Ardoin. There's a silver trader in East Ardoin called Aaron, who I believe can help. In what way can he help? His great-grandfather lived in this outpost. According to the records, he must know something. Okay, I'll see what he has to say. And then there was more options here too. Let's get information on all 3 of them before we head out. A ghost in Port Phasmatis. I've been told that there's a ghost far off in Port Phasmatis that moans of losing his life to this place. Sounds ominous. Does he have a name? He does indeed. It's Drolak. I'll track him down. It might not be so simple. You'll need an amulet of ghost speak to talk to him. I've conversed with the dead before. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. That does happen quite often, doesn't it? My goodness. And thirdly, a warrior in Releka. Up near the mountains in Releka is a warrior called Dron, whom I have spoken to in the past. He is always on the lookout for information that can improve his fighting and commanding skills. And how's he related to the outpost? He isn't directly, but he studied many wars. And as this used to be an outpost, it should have been involved in some war. That sounds simple enough. He isn't the easiest person to talk to, so you may need to speak to his brother, Blannon, first. Alright. Let's go. 3 people to talk to. 3 different locations. easiest one to get to, obviously, would be Ardoin. That's just right over here. One fancy teleport away. The silver merchant at the silver stall here. Don't steal from it or he won't want to talk to us. That'd be a problem. No thievery to be done here. Silver, silver. Best prices for buying and selling in all Kandarin. Now ask about the outpost. Are you Aaron? That I am. What do you want? You realize I am working here. This shouldn't take too long. I just want to ask you a bit about your great-grandfather, the one who lived in the outpost. What's it to you? I'm doing some research for a man called Jorl. Apparently the king is going to make the outpost into his very own alchemist's lab. That can only cause chaos. Well, my great-grandfather lived and died there, according to my mother, but even she knows very little about him. I see. The only thing I have of his is a key. It's a strange key. Changes temperature by itself as you walk around. I'm afraid I don't know what it's for, though. No idea at all? Well, I imagine this is some sort of chest of his belongings. It's too small for a door. Perhaps if you find some of his belongings, you will discover some clues amongst them. That's better than nothing. Will you lend it to me then? Why not? I can't use it anyway. Try feeling its change in temperature as you walk around. An enchanted key. We feel it, and it is freezing. Then we walk a little bit. It's freezing, but warmer than last time. Walk a little bit more. It's freezing, and the same temperature. Essentially, hot and cold. We want to be warmer. Currently it's freezing, so we are quite far away. Warmer than last time, warmer than last time. Generally, this is how this works. Let's see if we... It's cold. Cold is warmer than freezing. I'm going to count that as progress. Around this way of the castle? Probably. Cold and warmer. This keeps getting warmer the further we go this way. Now it's warm. Warm is in fact warmer. Shocking. Head around this way. Past the spirit tree here. Same temperature. Warmer as we go further south, though. Warmer and warmer and warmer. And through the battlefield. It's now very hot. And warmer than it was before. Warmer. And very hot and warmer. Just keeps getting warmer and warmer. Our temperature feeling must be very effective here, because we can constantly know exactly if it's warmer or colder than last time. We're very good at this. Ouch, it's burning hot and warmer than last time. Even warmer, even warmer. Same temperature, warmer. Just keeps getting hotter and hotter. It's already burning hot and it just keeps getting hotter. But yet we continue to touch it. Maybe not our best decisions that we've ever made. Burning hot. Colder. Key is steaming. Must be right below your feet. That's what the spade's for. Use the spade and find a chest. Wonder what's inside. Use key on chest. You look in the chest and find a journal, then you throw away the chest. Must not have been a very nice chest. That's right. Information in a journal with an enchanted magical key that we found it with. First of Benath. My life is full of changes at the moment. I've met a great and powerful follower of Zamorak, whom has offered me the chance to join him and others in the quest for ultimate power and desolation of others. This is just the opportunity I've been looking for. I move into the old outpost north of Ardoin at the end of this week. I can hardly wait. Ultimate power and desolation, you say? 15th of Benath. Been here a few days now. I'm overwhelmed on just how evil the other 8 are. I suppose this is amplified by living in such a small building. Got another Zamrakian cult going here. My goodness. They really spring up, don't they? 20th of Benath. Starting causing havoc to the people of Ardoin today. We poisoned the water supply with a strange concoction, which caused everyone to break out in boils. Very funny. The others have been stealthily setting fire to some people and laughing at their conclusion of spontaneous combustion. I think I shall have to come up with something more evil for tomorrow. 32nd of Benath. Following my genius plan to make all the children invisible, the city is now in total chaos as the kids test their freedom by putting adults into a panic. Honestly, some of the tricks the kids play are better than anything I could invent. 20th of Raktuber. Sadly, things have calmed down in the city, and they've started to realize that we're the cause of all the tragedy. Luckily, the people don't have enough power to get past our defenses. But even if they did, they would wish they hadn't thought of such an attack. 28th of October. We've been told to beware, for your days are numbered, by the people of Ardoin. Seems the city has asked for some external help, which will be upon us sometime soon. I'm sure we will eliminate such a threat, though. So they were probably pretty aggressive. Some of the pranks were just pranks, but they also set people on fire, so not good by any means. Do we have anything to say about here to here? About the outpost? I'd like to see the journal I found. Let's have a look. Aaron reads the journal. Very interesting. Bet you show this to Jorl at the outpost. I'm just about to. Do you want your key back? Keep it. It may come in handy. Alright. One free key for me. No complaints there. Then we got two more places to go. Roleka and Port Phasmatis. Roleka we can get to by just teleporting to Camelot and run on up there. Once we get there, we need to look for the brother. That should be fine. Dropping all those excess sharks we had at the start was a good plan. Going for quite the run around here. Let's find Balanin. There's Drawn, but he won't talk to us. We try to talk to Drawn here. Excuse me. Look, I don't have time for weaklings. If you want conversation, talk to my brother Blannon. Yep. Blannon. Lots of Roleka guys around here. That is Warrior, Olaf, Warrior, Blannon. Just hanging out with the fish barrel here. Amazing. Hello there. Are you the brother of Drawn? That I am. Why? Has he killed one of your family? Not that I know of. Oh, good. How can I help you? Well, I'd like to talk to your brother Drawn about the outpost north of Ardoin. I'm afraid he's not easy to talk to, so it's good that you came to see me. You'll need to remember a few things when talking to him. Like, you must be firm with him and don't mention that I sent you. In case he asks, he wields an iron mace in battle, eats rats for breakfast, kittens for lunch, and bunnies for tea. His favorite drink is red spider blood. He's 36 years, 8 months, and 21 days old. Studies famous battles of the 4th and 5th ages, lives on the northeast side of town, and his pet cat is called Fluffy. Okay. I know this sounds strange, but Drawn won't talk to anyone unless they know him well. He's a secretive guy. Alright, that's a lot of information. See if we can move that over here effectively. Just a quick run up to talk to Drawn. See if we know everything about him. I need to talk to you. Why should I? I'm after important answers. But how do you know me? Just talk to your brother. Nope. Specifically don't say that. Why, you're the famous warrior Drawn. If so, what weapon do I use? An iron mace. When do I like to eat rats? Breakfast. When are kittens best devoured? That'd be lunch. What do I usually eat for tea? bunnies. What color spire's blood tastes the best? Obviously red. How many years old am I? 36. And months? 8. What is the most interesting ages for battles? 4th and 5th. And my house is situated where? The northeast side of town. What is my brother's name? Blannon. And my pet cat is called? Fluffy. What's 5 plus 7? 12, but what does that have to do with anything? Everything. Besides, it's 13. I think you'll find it's 12. Very well, you seem to know me quite well. I'll answer your questions best I can. Phew. Well, what are they then? I'm trying to find out the history of the outpost near Ardoin. I was hoping you could help me. Let me see. Ah, yes. I remember reading of a battle that took place at the outpost many years ago. 2 ex-friends led forces in a small battle, then with them pitted against each other at the top of the outpost, as the sole survivors, because of their superior strength. Ex-friends? They were once friends, but a difference in their beliefs meant they fell out. One chose to follow the god Zamorak, whilst the other chose Saradomin. But finding themselves in this extreme situation at the top of the outpost caused them to see the errors of their ways. Like the waste of life, loss of friendship, and wasted time, they both then decided to unite under Guthix. Ah, I like happy endings. You would. Thank you. I can report this back to Jorl now. Anything else? Well, I was wondering how you get the bloodstains out of your clothes. Be gone! 2 friends. Related to the book? Potentially. We have one more person to go talk to. A ghost in Port Phasmatis. That means we get to teleport to Varrock and run over there. Eventually there will be more options for getting to Port Phasmatis more quickly. Or we just have the ectophile on us at all times. That gets the job done for the most part. Away we go. Well, there's the ectophile back again. Really nice when we come back. Did have to run all the way over here, though. Anyways, we need to find Ghost. I need to talk to Droalak. And there. A lot of ghosts in here. Hello. Are you Droalak? Wow, I haven't spoken to living for I don't remember how long. So your name is Droalak. Sorry, yes, I am he. Great. Do you know anything about the outpost north of Ardoin? I don't really like to talk about it, but I died there. Oh dear. I do have a scroll which might interest you that describes the timeline of the outpost. But first, I wonder if I could ask you to tie up a problem. Oh, like what? Well, I left to go to the outpost against the wishes of my wife. I promised I would return to her, but obviously I did not, as I died there. She's a ghost nearby, but won't listen to my apologies. You want me to patch things up? Yes, how'd you guess? Call it Traveler's Intuition. Okay, well, perhaps you could give her a strong sapphire amulet, 'cause this is what I gave her on the day I left. Her name is Helena, by the way. No problem. I don't know if Jorah would have talked about the amulet previously. Anyways, there is Melina right there. How's it going? If you don't mind me asking, are you Melina? That I am. What's it to you? I've been talking to Droalak. I believe he left you but never returned. He did? I suppose he asked you to tell me he's sorry. What an empty gesture. Well, actually he told me to give you this amulet. A sapphire amulet. He remembers. Just like the one he gave me before he left. I honestly believe he's sorry. I'm so glad. Please tell him I forgive him. I will. At last I feel complete. Farewell. Goodbye. I should just passes on. Not even gonna go talk to him at all. Just gone. Wild. I've given her the amulet. She was very pleased and said she just wanted to know you still cared. Excellent. I'm so glad she believes me. I can finally rest in peace. Could I have that scroll you mentioned first? Of course. Let me know if it was any use, and then I can be forever free. Thank you. Scroll. Timeline of the Ardoin Outpost. Start of the 5th Age, outpost built. Plus 65 years, the dreaded years of tragedy. Plus 68 years, the Great Battle. Plus 71 years, the survivors of battle start a new line of kings of Ardoin and the equal trade market. What this is? 65th of the 5th Age, 68th of the 5th Age, 71st of the 5th Age? Possibly. There hasn't been that many years in the 5th Age in total, so that makes sense. Different date conventions for all the ages and things. That is all 3 people talk to. So we have all the information that we can at least get this back to Jorl and start piecing it all together. We got information about a Zamorakian that was there, 2 friends that fought, 1 Zamorakian, 1 Saradominist, related to the Zamorakian there. Well, not related. They were friends, and this story is related. And then they converted to Gothics, and then started the line of kings and market traders. So, definitely a storied location. See if we can get this all pieced together well enough to get a final report going. Overall, sounded very, very interesting. Makes me wonder what happened in the first decades there, between it being built and then being captured by the Zamorakian group. Presumably it was working as an outpost before that. And then there was the battle when the Zamorakians got attacked by Saradominus to take it back and stop them from messing with the town. Anyways, Jorl, I return. Hi there. How's it going? I found a journal. Good work. Let's see what it says. Jorl reads through the journal. The person who wrote this journal spent time living in the outpost, following the order of Zamorak. I see. He talks of all the nasty things they did to the people of Ardoin, which I don't care to mention. Looks like they were stopped by someone, but it doesn't say who. Interesting. I've talked to the warrior. Excellent. What did he say? Well, warrior story. And then I asked him about getting the bloodstains on my clothes, but he didn't like that. Seems you're lucky he didn't beat you up. Well done. That's another piece of the puzzle. I've been in contact with the ghost you suggested, and I've recovered this. Jorl skims over the contents of the scroll. Very interesting. So there was a great battle at the outpost. Then one of the survivors became king, and the other started the marketplace. Good work. It all makes sense now. I never realized there was quite so much history to this place. It was more than I could have hoped. I'm glad to hear. What's the whole story? Many years ago, there were 2 friends who fell out over their difference of opinion in religion. One decided to dedicate his life to Saradomin, the other to Zamorak. Years passed, and the follower of Zamorak moved into this outpost with a group of others to cause havoc for the city of Ardoin. People of the city called upon some Saradomin followers, who happened to be led by the other friend. A battle ensued that ended with the 2 ex-friends at the top of the outpost as the sole survivors. Realizing their mistakes, they made friends again. One decided to become king and spread the word of equality, and the other chose to start up a market where all could trade their wares equally and fairly. The one that became king is the great-grandfather of the King Lathis that we know. So what should I do now? Well, what I'll do is write down the details you have provided in a more easy-to-digest manner. along with my plans for using this building as a museum. Then I suppose you want me to deliver it to the king? You've got that right. Information. A letter. Sealed to the king. Eh? Definitely still quicker to just teleport back to our doing for this. It's quite the run. Yeah. I'm sure the king will be very interested to know about the history of the outpost and its relation to his lineage, yeah. Very good. He's planning to destroy the outpost. Now it's so pivotal in the starting of the monarchy here. You might want to reconsider that. To the king. I'll talk to him in his bedchamber here because he doesn't actually have a throne room or anything. King Lathas. Jorl on the outpost. Excuse me. I've been asked to hand you this from Jorl at the outpost. I see. King reads the letter. I had no idea that place had any value at all. All this about my great-grandfather and Jorl's plans to make it into a museum makes it for a convincing case. I'm sure he only wants what's best. Very well, I will comply with this request. Take this letter back to him with my kind regards. Thank you. So the museum plan goes into effect. Very cool. That was the goal here. Oh, we accomplished what we're doing here. Back to Jorl again. Times like these where I continue to enjoy the updated run energy system. It's great. Be able to run most of the time. Living the dream. Living the dream. Still, if we run enough, we can still run out of energy. But it definitely takes quite a bit. Definitely takes quite a bit to get that to happen. Back to Jorl again. Technically, we could also go from the Tree Gnome Stronghold. If we teleport around to get to one of the spirit trees. That also has multiple steps, and it's still a little ways away from the outpost here. Just running from Ardoin. Simple enough. Less extra steps. Jorl. I'm back again. I've been to see the king, and he gave me this letter. Quick, let me see it. Jorl reads the letter. Hurrah! Good work! You've done it! You've saved the outpost. My pleasure. I can now continue with my plans for this place. Thank you. And the plans are making the museum. Take a look at the artifacts in the new museum room. You may find something of interest. Quest complete. 3 quest points, 1,000 crafting XP, 1,000 prayer XP, 750 coins, an enchanted key to use all over Gielinor. Visit the silver trader for help. Access to the museum in the Ardoin outpost, and 5 kudos at the Varrock Museum later. So now we got the museum looking nice. Upstairs, we've got a shelf, some pots and pans. These pots and pans for the museum. There's a large display. Inside the case are 3 items. First is a flag of Saradomin, and its card reads, this flag was held high by an incoming Saradomin's force that did battle in this outpost 98 years after the start of the 5th Age. Its good condition is a testament to the importance of such items to warriors of those times. The next is an iron mace, and its card reads, the mace comes from the 4th Age, time when people were first mining metals and putting them to use. Historians suspect this was one of the first uses for the metal. Last object is a flag of Zamorak. Its card reads, the symbol of Zamorak has made its mark on many items, but none so important as the flag borne into battle. This flag was not only carried into battle, but also had pride of place at the top of this outpost in the years known as the Dread Years of Tragedy. And then on the balcony, we got nothing. We go upstairs even further. We got a broken catapult. we're just keeping that here for now, I guess. It'll be a little bit of work moving a catapult out. That's alright. But this is the other main area of the outpost here. The museum. Got a shield display. Inside the case is a giant shield. The plate reads, "The shield comes from the 4th Age, who are fighting to become more settled and less nomadic." It's like a ceramic shield. Another large display here. So in the case there are 3 more items. First is a helmet. This card reads, "The helm worn by Wally in his defeat of Delrith the Demon 150 years ago." How exactly they got Wally's helmet way over here? A good question. He was a mighty hero. Surely he did other extravagant things after defeating Delrith. Next is a battle axe. This card reads, "The Axe of Arav, left behind by accident before he journeyed on his quest for the shield to save the people of Avaraka." And lastly are a pair of old boots. Their card reads, "These boots were worn by Randus before he was corrupted by Zamorak's promise of glory." All sorts of interesting little things here. And lastly, a bookcase. A great variety of books. Which shall you choose? We have the history of the outpost. Approximately 140 years ago, approximately 140 years after the establishment of the outpost, great traveler, known only as Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, unraveled the history of the outpost. Transpired that the outpost was first established to protect the nearby city of Ardoin from threats, spying them before they had a chance to reach the city. They followed a long period without war, during which the outpost was abandoned as a pointless project. Various people visited the outpost for various reasons, but none left any particular mark on history. So that is what happened in those extra decades there. First, the most important mark was until 65 years after the establishment of the outpost, when a group of Zamorak followers moved in. Zamorak's only purpose seemed to be disruption of the nearby city of Ardoin, for the years now known as the dreaded Years of Tragedy. The leader of the Zamorak followers had once had a great friend. However, when they were still young, they both fallen apart in disagreement over religion. One decided that Cerdon was the god for him, and the other chose Zamorak. Just so happens that when the city of Ardoin called to rid them of these Zamorakians, the incoming force were Ceredonis, led by the other ex-friend. This in turn led to a battle simply known as the Great Battle. Perhaps because little was known about its activity, with it being a small battle in terms of numbers, although not in power, we suspect. The battle produced 2 survivors, the 2 ex-friends, both being the most powerful mages, so that they settled their differences on the grounds of the friendship they had lost, as well as the loss of life and time. Settling for the neutral gods Gothics, the 2 went about their ways to spread equality among the people. One of their friends became king, listened to the people's views and ensure a fair and equal life for everyone, whilst the other friend founded the marketplace, allowing people to trade their skills and wares under equal rights and opportunities. 2 more books. The Times of Lathis. Pick up a new-looking book, The Times of Lathis. Skim over the heavy book. Talks about the heritage of the line of kings who carry the name Ardingnas. They only came into power 68 years ago, but in which time there have been 5 kings, the current being King Lathis. And lastly, The Mysterious Adventurer. Word is spreading of a brave and intelligent adventurer who goes by the name Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. He has talked to a great many people, helping solve problems, improving their lives. The list of achievements include confronting the demon Delrith with the sword Silverlight, returning the skull of a ghost so he may rest in peace, collecting ingredients for the chef in Lumbridge to make a cake, helping Dr. Frankenstein create a monster, being launched from a cannon wearing a gold helm just to help an old dwarf, meddling with mourner's soup in West Ardoin, shearing many sheep to help Farmer Fred, turning a chicken called Ernest into a man, participating in the fishing contest at Hemster and winning first prize, searching for a lost cat and returning its kitten, getting initiated into the Elitist Legends Guild, uncovering an ancient magic spellbook in the heart of the desert, vanquishing a zombie disease affecting deadly ogres, making a beautiful, regal, quality garden for the Queen of Varrock. The list goes on, so we can see that this hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic is destined for great things, for which the world should be truly grateful. I promise I did not write this book. We're part of the museum. We're important. We do things. We do a lot of things. Like this enchanted key, which still does things. It's warm and colder than last time. It's warm and warmer than last time. The key continues. There is treasure to be had. Not only did this key lead to the chest with the journal, it now leads to more treasure. And I like the idea of more treasure. So let's go and get more treasure. The key goes to 11 more locations. Only going to run to the first one here. And then we will just get to where it's actually at for the last ones. Because it's quite the ways. It's burning hot, warmer than last time. Lovely. Let's cross the bridge here. Or log, I guess. Sort of a bridge. Close enough. Feel the key. Burning hot. He is steaming. Let's be right below our feet. Dig up some treasure. A variety of things here. This one had steel arrows, mithril stone spirits, used to be mithril ore, and some law runes. So we're going to go to all the locations, get all of our treasure here. Because why not? Why not? Here in an empty field outside Varrock. More arrows, pure essence, and some runes probably. The runes are all going to stack up. We got a pile of runes here. We're going to be also using a lot of these runes for getting around all the areas. We keep checking for stuff. Key is already warm. Closer. And the Lumberage Swamps. More of the same. North of Alcarid, we get our first Mjolnir. This is a weapon, which we hold a wild stance here. It's not very good. Just got a big symbol at the end. This one, Zamorak. South of Port Sarim. More different kinds of runes and more stone spirits that used to be ores. Ice Mountain, right over there. More of the same. South of Falador, we get the second Mjolnir here, Ceradomin. This time it's a Star of Ceradomin kind of shape. Very cool. Near the outpost, got some arrowheads. Trinome Stronghold, more arrowheads. South of East Ardoin, runes and stuff. And lastly, southeast of Varrock, the key dissolves in your hands. Must have served its purpose. It's gone. We get the Guthix Mjolnir here too. There's the Gothic symbol from this side. Oh yeah. 3 different sticks with symbols on them. Very neat. This is originally the one and only time you can get these. If you lose them by any means, they're gone forever. And that is changed in 2010. You can go get more, which eventually becomes actually very useful. We will get to that much, much later. Most interesting thing here would definitely be the pure essence. Would be nice to get some rune crafting XP. Definitely need some rune crafting XP. For only 200 essence, having to hunt down a talisman. Questionable if that's even really worth bothering with. Should have a plan that should work out fine in the future. And making much, much better runes with it. So I don't think we're going to worry about that. Technically, we could go through the abyss, but then we would need to teleport to Varrock every time. So, I don't think we're going to worry about it. What we do need to worry about is the next quest. Next time. Goodbye.